Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on Qure's Micro-Infusion System, which is basically an at-home microneedling device. I've been using it for about 2.5 months now. I've done a total of 4 treatments and I'm really loving it. This right here is what my face looked like after using it for the second time, and I feel like it had already helped even out my skin tone. Aside from the awesome serums that seep into the deeper layers of your skin because you're poking your face with needles, that in itself is like controlled damage and it's going to help with collagen production. And in this video, I'm going to show you what the product looks like, how to set it up, getting ready to use it, take you through my very first time using it, a couple times after that, including one where I tried it on my neck, and then a little bit about ingredients later on. So if you've been wanting to take a deeper dive into this Qure's Micro-Infusion Serum, this video might be just what you're looking for. This is what a 3-month supply looks like. These are the needle heads. They're disposable because you use a new one after each treatment. So that's what a needle head looks like. And these are the serums themselves. They're so cute. They have two kinds, one for dark spots and one for wrinkles. More on the ingredients a little later, but this is what the one for dark spots looks like. It's clear in color. The one for wrinkles is actually a little bit blue. And this is the stamper, the chamber itself. The new one always comes with a needle head already attached, so you need to twist it off and then you'll be ready to pour in the serum. Peeling the cap off of a serum to pour it into the chamber, getting ready for usage. I do use one whole serum. You can mix the two half and half for like a mixed treatment of the serums. Put it upside down and let it sit for a couple minutes so that the serum can start to seep into the needles. This is a great time for me to wash my face, make sure I have no makeup, no dirt. As clean as possible is what I want for this treatment. I also have this dermal mist spray from Qure, and one of the main ingredients is hypochlorous acid, which can work as an anti-inflammatory or antibacterial agent, helps fight bacteria. So I feel like it's helping me be more sterile knowing I'm getting ready to use needles. I also use it to wipe my LED mask clean. Qure has this chart to show how to use it. So you start in the center of your face where the number 1 area is and move outward. So I'm doing stamps, and they say to do a 50% overlay on each stamp. That's what I look like after the first row. I'm pretty impressed. So you want to just stamp it. There's no wiggling, no dragging, just stamping.
This is kind of fun.
For the rest of the motions, I'm going to speed up the video just for the sake of the video, but that's after one side of my cheek, so I'm going to move on to the other side. As far as how fast you want to go, I would say it depends on your pain and tolerance level. This is not my first time having needles in my face, and although it's not pleasant, I didn't find it painful. Part number 2 is the nose, so I'm going to start at the top, go down, and then do the 2 sides going outward. Part 3 is the forehead, start in the center and go outward. I do go a little bit later on the eye area since that skin is so delicate, but do both sides. Part 4 is the upper lip, start in the center and go outwards. I'm really hoping for some miracles here because I have a lighter hyperpigmentation there. Part 5, the chin, start in the center and go outward and up. This is what I look like after one full face. They call it doing a pass, and say you can do 2 to 3 passes per serum. You do get a lot. This is how much I have left after the first pass. So I'm going to go ahead and do a second time around. This is how much I have left after the second time. Rather than doing a third, I'm going to focus on some of these problem areas where I see the most hyperpigmentation. I am using the dark spot serum tonight, so I'm going to do some touch-ups in those areas, and you will see that I still have a lot left. Now what I'm going to do is wash my hands because I've been touching my phone and a lot of other things. You don't want to cross-contaminate these open channels that you have and possibly get an infection. Going to rub in more of the serum, let that good stuff seep in there. Now I still have this much left. I'm going to go in on the neck. I didn't notice till later that the neck you can do as a treatment. I will definitely do that next time, but I wasn't prepared this time anyways, as I did not wash my neck or take a shower. Last little bit, I'm going to do my eyes and call it a night. So got that all rubbed in there, fan it off a little bit, and gonna let that soak over the night. Throw out the needle head. You use a clean one next time, rinse out the chamber, and let it dry overnight. So this is where I had the little chamber stored after I rinsed it out last night, right here next to the little box I'm just holding on to for a minute because it's so cute. I love minis, like this little loofah. I got to figure out where to put it. Anywho, I'm realizing you got to be really careful with this because it's the one and only one in the whole system. It feels like it's glass, so if I were to drop it, it would break. Pop that back in there until the next time. For the second treatment, I'm using the wrinkle serum, and it's business as usual, except this time I added in the neck. I will say that the neck is more uncomfortable than the face. I know my technique is not the best. I look pretty silly. Probably next time I will definitely do this laying down with a mirror. I did about half of my neck and was over it, but now I know what I'm in for next time. Clean hands, going to use the rest of the serum on my face for a few passes. This is what I look like. You can see redness. My neck actually looks a little swollen. Washed my hands and using the serum on my neck, and there's still so much, so I'm going to use it as a lotion and also for this new scar. Third treatment, I got more blood than the previous times. I think because, not gonna lie, I had a couple cocktails. I was fine doing the treatment. Maybe I pressed a little bit harder, but I did do 3 passes, and it reminds me of Botox or fillers. They tell you to stay away from alcohol prior to your appointment because you could bleed or bruise more. The serums have a lot of great ingredients and they both have niacinamide, but the differences between the two, in the anti-aging, it has copper peptide, GHK, and that's what gives it the blue color. This helps stimulate collagen and elastin production, and it also has sodium hyaluronate, which hydrates and plumps. And then for the dark spot serum, the tranexamic acid is what helps with the discoloration and hyperpigmentation. So they say you should start to see results 1 to 2 days following the treatment, and then with continued use, I did find that I had a nice plumpness, nice moisture to my skin following the treatments. And then with most beauty products or beauty routines, consistency is key. The needles, like I pointed out earlier, are only 0.5 millimeters, so they're not nearly as deep as ones that you would get in office, and you wouldn't want to go as deep as they do in office at home anyways. So with these smaller size needles is probably why they recommend doing it every 2 weeks. As far as aftercare after each time, it's kind of similar to in-office treatments. They recommend, staying out of the sun for a day, no sweating, no sauna, things like that, not using actives, and you want to kind of refrain from using retinols or anything like that at least 24 hours prior to the treatment as well. They say not to wear makeup for 24 hours if you can. I have gotten away with wearing makeup sooner than that. I mean, I've worn makeup sooner than that after getting like Botox or fillers. Can wait 24 hours, do that, and that's why it's good to use it at night. This video is not sponsored, but Qure reached out to me about a year ago wanting me to try this micro-infusion system, and I was just a little skeptical. I hadn't really seen much on it yet or anything at the time, but they sent me their LED mask instead, and I've been using it for over a year now. This is what I looked like before using Qure's products, and then not too long after, they sent me their all-in-one serum, and I've been loving that as well. And so now, I don't know why I waited so long to try this micro-infusion system. I'm definitely going to be adding it into my routine going forward. And I have a discount code below. I use my own affiliate link when I've reordered the all-in-one serum and when I reordered more of the micro-infusion, because like I said earlier, I accidentally threw away the chamber after my 3rd use. So I bought a 2-month supply so I can get, knowing I was going to use the product again anyways, I just needed a new chamber. So I used my own affiliate link. And tip, Qure always has great specials. They're always running a special on something. You can click on my link in the description below and then paste that when you're at checkout. So whatever special they're having, you'll still get that deal, but paste my link in there and you'll get an additional 10% off. If you made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you. Back to that before and after of my year with Qure, you might be asking like, well, did you have any in-office procedures that combated that hyperpigmentation? And I look back, and the only things I got during that time frame was my Dysport. I got that in February, and then I got a skin tightening in March. But neither one of those are targeted for like hyperpigmentation. I did get one in-office microneedling in November. And I haven't had one since. So I'm not saying everything's 100% Qure. I know my face and I know that it's made a huge difference, but just wanted to say I haven't had any like laser treatments or peels or anything like that in that time frame. I feel like a lot of the hyperpigmentation removal has been because of Qure. Thank you, Qure. If you found this video useful, please do me a huge favor and hit like, maybe even consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping back by. I'm sorry it's taken so long to do another video. I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Welcome to my channel today.
Welcome to my channel.